We're live. So it says on the screen, if you will. It's Friday, 11:14 p.m. We're 14 minutes late, but you know what, people? In life, everyone's late, right?
Yeah,
There's
I
no,
thought you, I thought you were gonna say that's around the point.
but that's around the point, though. Yeah, it's around the point. Good job there, bro.
Oh
Good job
god.
there. Around the point, head tool. But yeah, but I digress. But I digress. Um, so yeah, it's Friday, 11 p.m. 11:15 now. We're 15 minutes late, but what we said earlier, it's normal. In life, you're gonna be late once. You know what I'm saying? There's never
Yeah,
gonna be a time where you're gonna, you know what I'm saying?
exactly. Everyone's late. No one is ever on. Well,
I
no
mean,
one is always ever on time.
yeah, but we digress. So yeah, bro, it's episode number 57 of the Team Heel podcast live on Google Hangouts on the Team Heel podcast channel. I'm Heel Steven.
I'm
Yeah,
knowledge at wrestling.
yeah, knowledge of wrestling. I'm about to say Walter Gonzalez.
Nah.
Well, I don't see your name, so I mean, you know,
Oh, let me put that then. It's not gonna say
people
that.
might think, people might think, your government name, like some other shows out
From
there.
around the point, I was only on one of
Hey,
their shows.
hey, the guy called you, by your governmental, your governmental. That's fine. Whatever floats your boat.
That was his decision.
Hey, it was funny though. It was funny. Thought. Oh, bro, how you been, man? How you been?
I've been pretty good this week. School, work,
Football.
football.
It's finally started. What's funny about football starting now? That a lot of people are going to be looking forward now to Sundays. Normally, we think of a Sunday, you think of relaxing, spending home with your family and loved ones, and you don't think of, just, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
all I'm trying to say is, wake me up when it's February, sir. Just wake me up when it's February.
it's gonna suck when it's February.
Now, mind you, listen, I have nothing against football. You know, if I'm somewhere and they're showing it, I'll watch it. Am I a fan of a certain team? No. I don't have a team. I'm not like these other fanatics that refer to their team as we. We we won the game. We lost the game. We played a shitty game. We should have scored that in that play. We beat your team.
We won the Super Bowl. Yeah,
We got like 5 rings or 12 rings, but yet,
we
the
got
only
four.
these people that say this, the only ring they probably have is either a marriage ring or a promise ring
A dollar ring.
or or a graduation ring from college or high school. It's the only ring they fucking have.
I got no rings like Carmelo Anthony. Oh shit.
I got 0 rings right now, like Derrick Rose. Oh fuck. No rings. I got no rings like Kevin Durant. I got no rings like Patrick Ewing. Oh.
Damn.
Oh. I got no rings like Reggie Miller.
Oh. Allen Iverson.
Hey, at least he shook Jordan though. He shook him.
No rings. Tracy
Yeah.
McGrady. So
No
many good
rings.
players with no rings.
No ring. Jeff Van Gundy. Damn. It's a shame. People think how this become a sports show. No, it's not. It's a random Tino podcast, if you will. Oh shit! Just pinched myself. Just pinched myself. Fuck, man. I hate when that happens. I don't know why, but I just do. You know. But it's been a crazy week for me. I'm trying to apply for a different job. I'm trying to, live that adult life since I'm not going to some. I am, I'm in school right now, but they're online.
Yeah.
I can balance it out, can I?
It's
It's
possible.
possible. I can balance 3 things all at once. School, you know,
School,
work and work.
work, work and work.
It's possible.
Oh,
I think,
work and work?
yeah, it's possible. Why not,
It
right? I
is
mean,
possible, but it's stressful.
I don't know. If anything, I'll probably drop 2 classes. I don't know. Just keep one class. I don't know. I gotta see, but again, we gotta see what happens, right? But yeah, people, tell your friends that we are live. Or if not, if you're not able to catch the live stream, you can always catch the replay on the feedback. You know what I mean? If Twitter, social media is your thing, use the hashtag TEAMHEEL. If you want to discuss some things on this podcast, then feel free to. You can hit me up on Twitter at HeelSteven. What's your Twitter handle in Analogy Wrestling? What's
Oh,
your
I'm
Twitter?
sorry. I was checking the. And Walter's my Twitter handle.
So this week's been crazy, right? So non-wrestling related, something that I saw, experienced, if you will. So this past Monday, I'm at work, right? And I'm at work, and it turns out as I'm going to the men's room, right, my
Yeah.
boss stops me, like, hold it right there. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? No, what happened is, the girls' bathroom, there's police officers and all that, right? I'm like, oh shit, something happened, right? And the thing also was, since that happened, they were letting women use the men's room temporarily, and I guess because they didn't want a guy and a woman in the same bathroom, especially the men's room of all places, right?
Right.
Which is funny, if you think about it, there's certain countries in the world where there is what's that word I'm looking for again? What's the word I'm looking for?
What, family restroom?
No. Where they allow men and women to use the same bathroom, whatever. Co-ed, there you go, co-ed bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
That's the appropriate word. As a matter of fact, there's certain universities out there in the country that they have a co-ed bathroom.
Yeah.
Just fucking crazy, like, holy shit. But that's around the point. Anywho, I carried that show, by the way. If you guys haven't seen that show yet, I carried this dude on his own show. Which is kind of sad in a way you think about it too, right? But I digress. So, to wrap up this story, all right? So, the old lady comes out of the men's room, right?
Yeah.
Just the thought that her just seeing my cat.
No.
Oh God, right? You'd be scared for days. But what happened was, as I'm leaving the men's bathroom, leaving the bathroom, whatever, I talked to my boss because he wanted to talk to me also about something that happened the week before that. And what happened was, I told him, hey, so what's going on in the women's bathroom? What's going on? A guy and a woman were caught having sex.
Wow.
Fornicating is the appropriate term, I'm assuming, if you want to be, appropriate and, sophisticated, I guess. And the funny part about this was, apparently they were in the bathroom. Mind you, our bathroom is the dirtiest bathroom you could ever think of. By the way, it's the ghetto. When you work in the ghetto, expect nastiness, right?
Exactly.
Picture New York Penn Station.
Ew.
If anyone out there who's ever been into New York Penn Station, you know what I'm talking about. How filthy, disgusting, right? And it's funny because they open the door, out comes a skinny white girl, right?
Yeah.
And she's just crying rack. Apparently they were also, shooting and apparently they found a lot of drugs in the guy's book bag, apparently. They know that she was fornicating with. And what happened was she was crying, I'm not going to do it again, I'm sorry. But you know how that goes, right?
Yeah.
So then out comes the dude who's like, picture fucking Debo from Friday or Next Friday. Just picture that, right?
Yeah.
And that's literally what you're seeing pretty much from that. As gross as that may sound, yes, as gross as that may sound. So he's walking, they're handcuffing him and shit, and he's all mad. I'm like, in my mind, right, like, yo, this is probably, I know why he's mad. The guy didn't come yet. What a fucked up way to get arrested. Like, yo, get caught fucking, in the bathroom, but yet you didn't erect.
He's gonna erect in the cell.
Nah, but still, I get it. Like, honestly, as someone who works there, it'd be great to, to bang a chick at work, in the work environment. But hey, if I'm gonna take her, so I'm not gonna take her in the fucking, in the bathroom. Not even the manager's bathroom. Yes, we even have a manager's bathroom.
Oh my God.
It's clean, is fucking, clean and shit. The cleanest spot in the place, right? And people even fuck there as well.
That's crazy.
Yes. And this week, what happened to me this past weekend was, I know people are like, where's the wrestling talk? Well, you're gonna get your wrestling talk in a bit. So this happened this weekend, right? Me and my boss, right? We went to a community activity, an event, right? Like a summer jam, right? Pretty much what they called it. That was the name of the event, Summer Jam 6. If you are a COF fed out there, that will be a great name to name a CPV, a computer pay-per-view, Summer Jam, right? And it was pretty much it was an event, like concerts and activities, for the community, of where I work. And mind you, the community the town that I work at is pretty much the ghettoest town you'll ever go to. And what we're doing on my job, we're doing this whole charity thing called Partners in Caring, which all the money that we proceed pretty much that we make from activity that we're doing at my job, all the proceeds go to the local community food banks to feed the hunger, to stop the hunger in the community pretty much. And my town is the town that I work at is hungry like a motherfucker. When you work in a town where it's all food stamp, you kind of get the idea, right?
Right.
So they have so we get there. Mind you, they called us up like the day before, and mind you, we're like the biggest provider in that town, right? We're like the biggest provider. Mind you, I work at a supermarket, right?
Yeah.
In a town where EBT and welfare and all this shit comes into play, you'd assume that hey, the supermarket is the big provider, right?
Right.
So they call it the last minute. Hey, can you make it to this event? And my boss was fucking insulted. Like, what the fuck, these fucking idiots. This is fucking bullshit. And mind you, he asked me, like, literally, as I'm about to leave to work Friday, hey, Steven, listen, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to come here early as fuck, at 7 in the morning. We got to go to this park, set up this whole booth, whatever. And mind you, right, everyone that they invited, right, like, they had some beauty salon place, a fucking another booth for someone else. You kind of get the idea, right? Every place had their own little booth, right? Every business there that was invited to go had their own booth, right? And we had our booth, but we didn't have a fucking tent. They didn't give us a fucking tent. All we had was just a table. I think I posted a picture on Facebook. For those of you who have me as a friend on Facebook, you might have seen the picture. I posted it on Facebook. I'll show it to you here too. Why not, right? I don't I don't care, for the people, right? Just to show you guys what I was dealing with this past weekend. This was the booth pretty much of where I worked at pretty much. This is the booth of the Saturday event that I went to. This was our booth. You can see that. Exactly. That was the booth. Yeah, I work for ShopRite. And what we were doing, we were raffling pretty much, were $100 worth of lottery scratch offs, right? $100 worth. Each ticket was only $1. At the end of the event, we're gonna announce the winner, right?
Right.
And before we were doing this, right, they had a stage set up where people could perform, sing, whatever it may be, right? And to kick off the whole thing, they had little kids rapping. I'm talking kids who are fucking 11 years old, 12 years old, on the stage, just going in like, yeah, yo, what up, man? What up? What's popping, bro? What's popping here, yo? Let's make some noise. Mind the audience were like fucking in their 60s or 70s. You get a mix of everyone there,
Yeah.
The young, the middle, the old, the seasoned. Don't worry, bro. You'll be in the hole real soon. You know what I'm saying? That's around the point, though. The hashtag around the point. Let's get that trending on Twitter for you, Eamon. Anywho, so what happened was, we're there, whatever. These kids are rapping their hearts off, rapping about shit they don't fucking know about, right?
Yeah.
Women, weed, drugs, money, Maybachs and all this, right? And the most ridiculous, and mind you, the parents, there's a stage there, whatever. The DJ's up on a balcony, whatever, like scratching, whatever. And the parents are on the side of the stage, just jamming their heads, like, yeah, yo, that's my child, yes, that's my kid. I'm so proud of him. You know what I mean? Which I understand because hey, your child's performing and all that, but do you listen to what they're rhyming, what they're saying? You know what I mean? Like,
they just care about the kid doing his thing.
And it's funny because my boss is like, what the? And then me and him were just going like we're just laughing our ass off about this shit, right? And we were like, yep, that's the future. That's the future of ShopRite. 4 years from now, the employees of tomorrow. Well, I was like, yep. In 4 years, they're gonna come by. They're gonna come and say, is y'all hiring? All right. And then after this, a mother came in. And mind you, before that, right? After every performance, every little kid promoted their social media. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, and in my mind, I'm like, okay. At 11 years old or 12 years old, all I ever wanted was a PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
It amazes me how there's children today in our society, minors out there who are fucking 11 or 9 that have fucking Twitter.
It's crazy.
And last Saturday night, after I was chilling with my, my significant other, my friend, if you will, after me and her, we had dinner, whatever, we had some Peruvian food. The plan was to have sushi, but I think plans change. Peruvian food's amazing, But the point is, though, after that, I was part of the OK Fabe random wrestling podcast, episode number 2, and he told me in his podcast, hey, at his job, there's kids that go in there that are fucking 11 or 9 that have fucking smartphones and shit.
Yeah, a lot of kids at 11, 12, I don't even think I had a phone. Maybe a flip phone, but that's about it.
At 11 or 10, 12 years old, all I ever wanted was a PS2. My parents bought me that for Christmas. I was just marking the fuck out. Yes, yeah. A PS2. Yeah. I had a PS2 and an N64 as a little kid.
Yeah, I had a PS2 by then. I wanted a Xbox 360 because that was around when I was 12. Like that was when it initially came out, and I'm like, I need this 360. And I finally got it.
Yeah. So what happened was, these kids were just rapping there. I'm just like, fine. Then out came a mother and a little girl. They were rapping on the stage, whatever. And the stupidest name, like MC Candy or MC, come on, come up with better names. You're embarrassing society right now. You know what I mean? Like, we live today in the stupid generation. Yeah. Flat out stupid. We are living in this stupid generation. And I get it. It's all for charity. It's all for a good time. That's fine. But come on. Don't embarrass your kids that way. Seriously. And again, promoting social media, Facebook and all that. My boss is like, yep. In a couple of weeks, that lady going to come in with a food stamp card and, complain and bitch and moan. And it happened. But that's around the point. That's around the point. That's around the point.
Beyond the point.
Exactly. Around the point. God, I love that show. That show is amazing, But I digress. Let me just let the people know that we're live here, on social media. Let the homies know. But now, legit, what's happening with you, bro? What's happening with you this past week? What have you been seeing, as of late?
Just nothing special. I mean, work has been okay, and then school, anything interesting? Not much, because all the free stuff was last week. But, just a bunch of students coming late to class.
I can imagine,
No, not the I'm taking economics and accounting, and those classes are boring, but I think I could pass. The problem is there's so many kids just asking questions, like stuff that, I don't know, their business talk. There's something about stocks and then some other bullshit.
I can imagine.
Oh, yeah, one of my accounting professor said that one of his students applied to like a marketing job at the WWE headquarters, and she got the job. I think it was a couple of years ago. She said, I don't know, he gave her advice and she just used it, and in the end the professor didn't get anything back, but she got a job at WWE and shit, so that's cool, I guess.
Did she get released though? I mean, was there
probably. I don't know. I
Budget
think
cuts,
she's
probably,
still
bro.
there.
Budget cuts.
I
You know
think
what I'm
she's
saying?
still. I don't know. She works in the headquarters, so.
Hey, not bad, bro. I mean, hey, who would not want to book in the headquarters? Let's be serious. Who would not want to do that? I
Yeah,
know I would. I know I would. Shit, I would love to be work for headquarters. Why not, right? Making
WWE
that good money.
headquarters, $9.99.
You know what I'm saying? But even if that, though, so what happened was, what's going to tell you? Oh yeah. So then after this, we get some lady doing some random R&B, just random screaming.
Uh,
We had a Muslim guy singing R&B. The whole thing was saying was Salam Alaikum the whole time,
wow.
which I thought was funny. But hey, it's cool, And I guess the highlight of this whole show, the highlight of the whole event was the fact that in our booth we had some drunk guy. No, we had people come in, after tickets, whatever, they paid $1, and everyone was just drunk out of their fucking mind. People came in, giant cups of 7-Eleven Slurpees and shit, but you can smell the alcohol coming out of their breath. And there's drugs. You get, come on, it's the ghetto, right? Come on.
Yeah.
There was lemonade stands, sangria stands, but just contaminated,
Contaminated lemonade.
Spiced up. Let's rephrase it, spiced up. Some rum,
Oh,
vodka on
all
a
right.
separate, on the
Yeah,
side, but
gotta be
we
kidding me.
managed to raise up around almost $500, which I thought was amazing. I thought it was great. All right, and it was time to announce the winner. Right, time to announce the winner,
Right.
and a lady came up to the stage because she thought she had the right ticket, and she was off by one number. She said, "Oh, I
Oh,
didn't win it." And not mind you, it's the ghetto. You would think because it's the ghetto, oh my God, they would lie about it. Oh, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. But no, she was honest enough to say, "This is not my ticket. I didn't win it." So we called the
wow.
winner, like, "Hey, listen, just come by the store. We'll give you the prize." And as we're coming back to the store, what do you know? She was right there waiting. $100 worth of lottery scratch-offs, bro. I
Shit.
think that is a good way to kick off the fall, in my opinion.
Hell yeah. You got the best. Wait. Yeah, you got the best chance of winning. Fucking lottery.
It'll be hilarious if all she didn't win nothing. That'd be so
Oh,
fucking
that'd be
hilarious.
so sad.
Like the only thing you win out of $100 scratch offs is $5. Yeah, $5. Here you go,
Fuck
fuckers.
that shit. I want at least 100,000.
I don't know, who would? Come on, bro. Who would? I know I would. That's around the point, though. That's around the point. In other news, some wrestling talk now. I'm sure you heard the big rumor going around this week that apparently WWE 2K15, as we all, the release supposed to be in October, right? The release of the game.
Right.
Apparently, there might be a delay on the release.
Oh.
If that's the case, you can blame CM Punk.
Don't tell me because they're not.
From what I've heard, it's funny because one of my friends on Facebook, Nate, you all may know him as the Wave King. He shared a picture from apparently, I'll try to find it. I'll try to find it here. Wait a minute.
Wow.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a shock. It's a complete shock to me. It's so crazy when you think about it, 2K15 release date could be delayed due to CM Punk. So there you go. It might be delayed. Let's hope not.
If it's getting delayed, he's not going to be in the game.
Yeah, if he's gonna be late, he's not gonna be in the game, and that means what? They're gonna have to fix everything again. Because
Exactly.
remember, he's not only featured as a character, he's also featured as I think in rivalry mode.
Right. Yeah, I heard about that.
I think also WrestleMania. I don't know really, but the full details. But again, it would
Sleep.
have to suck,
It does suck.
Not waiting to purchase the games who did a pre-order. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to get the
Yeah.
game, I think, before it comes out, right? The pre-orders.
The pre-orders midnight launch, if they even have one.
Yeah, exactly. And to find out that this shit's happening, Here's my thoughts overall, okay? To me, listen, the guy quit on his fans. He quit. I don't give a fuck what anybody tells me. The guy quit on you, the fan. He quit on you, whether you like it or not. And that's reality. You're not going to change that. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where, listen, I will never take away anything what he done in the ring. I will never take that away from him. What I don't agree with is the way he handled his business. 6 months, people. That's all he had left in his contract. 6 months.
6 months. It's not even a year.
Not even a year. 6 months. And he decided to quit like a bitch. Flat out, whether you all like it or not. All because the guy did not fucking main event or fucking WrestleMania. Well, newsflash, people. Roddy Piper never won a fucking WWE World title. But the world still goes on, people, whether you all like it or not.
Like, he's held the title for he has one of the longest title reigns, and even though he didn't main event all the fucking time, he still held that shit for a long time. He acts like he's getting treated bad.
You were the fucking champion for more than a year.
He's not a fucking jobber. He's one of the top guys. He's not the top guy, and we all know why, because of his attitude. That's like, this is one of the reasons why, because a guy like Cena won't fucking just quit out of nowhere and be like, fuck it, I'm taking my ball home. The top guy has to be consistent, and Punk just does whatever the fuck he wants to do. He does what he he does what he feels like he needs to do. Doesn't care about what anyone else says. And look at this, the game's gonna get delayed because of him, and you Punk fans, I don't know why you would be happy about this, because he's not even going to be in the game if that happens. And it's all his fault. It's all his fault. It's really sad.
Wow, I just found out that Ben
Ah.
Wow.
What?
Ben Rothwell just knocked out Alistair Overeem. Damn.
What, UFC?
Yep, that's around the point. But back to CM Punk, though. Like, listen, and I agree with what you're saying. The guy had the best title run over a long time. Okay? But the fact is, okay, he did a main event of WrestleMania. Again, big whoop. Big whoop.
Pretty sad.
And the guys still want, and I get it, you own the rights to the character. You own rights to the CM Punk name. That's fine. But fuck, yo. That would have to suck, wouldn't it?
Definitely. I mean, what, like, he just wants money, man. He has enough money already, but he wants wants to get more and more.
Exactly. Also, what happened this week is apparently, now Raw, I watched Raw. I missed like the first hour, but from what I saw, okay, damn. That's all I gotta say about damn.
Yeah, nothing changed really. Not a boring show.
So I watched some of the clips. So let me get this straight. So they opened the show with the highlight reel, right? That's how they kicked off the show. And apparently Triple H wanted to remove Cena from the main event because he didn't feel like he was at the right level, if you will. And mind you, this is John Cena, the face of the company, Super Cena, right?
Yep.
And how does he respond to this? If you don't give me my rematch, I will sue.
Oh, yeah. That is hustle, loyalty, respect right there.
Exactly.
Sue. It's not believable. A character like Cena doesn't fucking sue.
Exactly. That's like a Batista. That's a Randy Orton.
That's a heel. Not a fucking face. Well, at least not Cena. How is that Cena like?
Society, bro. Drugs, bro. What the fuck it is? It's drugs. Drugs!
It's the drugs, isn't it?
That's around the point, though. Hashtag around the point. What else happened on Raw? Oh yeah, so apparently the announced they invited Michael Sam to come to Raw this coming up you pretty much talk the entire special. By the way, Raw was live from Boise, Idaho, right? Or Des Moines, Iowa? Des Moines, Iowa, right? I said
Some
Idaho.
random city.
Yeah,
Right.
home of Seth Rollins. And apparently they invited him to come to Monday Night Raw. And they were going to give him a live microphone. Now, for those of you who are wondering who the fuck is Michael Sam played for, I believe, the St. Louis Rams, right? Now, mind you, I'm not big on football, but, you know.
He played it. He got drafted by the
Got,
Rams.
there
Played
you go.
preseason. Got cut. Now with the
Now,
Cowboys practice squad.
nah, but where did he play in college? Or was his college days?
Oh, Missouri.
Missouri. University of
Yeah,
Missouri U? Missouri
yeah,
U?
yeah. University of Missouri.
Okay. And apparently, when he got drafted, apparently he announced that, hey, he's openly gay. Right?
Yeah.
Openly, fresh out the closet, you know. People applaud him, people label him as a hero. But that's around the point. And people were just going nuts and berserk about this, especially the wrestling community, because again, WWE invited him to come over to Raw. They would give him a live mic and just talk about whatever he wanted to talk about. It reminded me like last year when WWE tried to invite Glenn Beck to come over to talk on Raw. And let's be honest here, you know, Michael Sam declining was best for business, in my personal opinion. It was the best thing to happen. Because let's be honest, nobody gives a fuck. Do you want to know what would have happened if Michael Sam would have come out to Raw on Monday on a live mic? This would have happened. This would have been the crowd. You heard that, right?
Yeah. Crickets.
That would have been the crowd. You know, and it's one of those. It's what I'm tired of. And again, you know, call me what you want to call me. I don't care. I got respect for everybody. Doesn't matter what you are, straight, gay. Doesn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? I got family members who are openly gay. But I'm tired of this gay agenda being shoved down our throats. What about you, bro?
Oh, same here. It's just annoying. I think everyone is. Every time I go on a sports site, Yahoo, ESPN, whatever, the comment section is always a bunch of negative comments. Not just about Michael Sam, but just the fact that everyone in the media is just shoving this shit. Oh, he's gay. Oh, he signed to this team. Oh, he got his first sack. Oh, blah blah blah. I'm like, come on, it's
No one
too
cares anymore.
much. Like it's not all about sports now. It's about just this social liberal shit now.
Exactly. Absolutely. Bada bing, bada boom.
So stupid. I mean, Michael Sam, he's not a bad player, but he's not good. He's like average.
He is. He's average.
There's a lot of average players out there. Some who are a little better, and they barely get talked about.
Just like this Sean Collins from Josh Collins, what his name is? Jason Collins, like
That
last
guy
year.
just sucks, man.
Didn't he play for like the Clippers, whatever?
Yeah, he played for the Nets too last season.
And he came out the closet and people just labeled him as a fucking hero.
Hero, alright. 1 rebound per game, I think.
Yeah, and that's the thing about, listen, I have no problem with anyone who's home. I have no problem with that. I don't. What my problem is the way society labels everyone as a fucking hero. Oh, you're a hero. You came out the closet.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's not really. You're not really a hero doing it. I mean, it's cool, but you're just like everyone else, pretty much. They shouldn't be getting any special treatments. And WWE's just desperate for attention right now, so that's why they pulled that card.
Exactly. And then again, yeah, it's all publicity stunt. They want all eyes on them. WWE doesn't care about
They don't care,
They don't care about Michael. Apparently now Michael Sam has a try with the Cowboys.
Yep.
Now, knowledge of wrestling, you know you are the NFL guy out of us too. So, can you see him playing for the Cowboys?
To be honest, possibly, because the Cowboys' defense is just so bad. Like I think sooner or later, probably around near the end of the season, he'll probably play at least one game, and the whole media is going to be marking out. Well, they're gonna be, jizzing all over their pants, and they're like, yes, Michael Sam's playing. So yeah, I kind of see him playing. I mean, yeah, he's in the practice squad right now, but I kind of see him playing probably near the end of the season. Because the Cowboys, just like I said, defense, everyone knows that it fucking sucks.
I can imagine. I can imagine people. But again, it's our thoughts on that, you know. Also on Raw, we had the angle between Titus O'Neil versus Adam Rose. And I say an angle because it felt more like an angle than a match to me.
Felt
So,
like a waste.
what happened?
Felt like a waste.
That's too, but more like an angle than anything.
Yeah.
So the big thing about this, you have the Bunny fighting Heath Slater. That was more action outside the ring than in the ring. And you have Adam Rose win via fucking roll up.
And Adam Rose is pretty much gay because did you see he saw his nails? It was painted. Yeah, mascara on. Oh my god, it was just.
He's like literally today's version of Adrian Adonis. I'll say this, to his credit, I think he had one of the best spine breakers in the business. Spine busters
Yeah,
in the business.
his spine busters are good, man. No matter what he is.
I would say better than Triple H.
It is pretty good though. I mean, but the problem is he stuck with a character that a lot of people don't like. I mean, it was cool on NXT, but it's not working on Raws or SmackDown. Or it's crazy that like Vince is not high on him, no one is, but yeah, he's still winning matches.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Bo Dallas lost already. Where's my charger?
Charger. In other news here, what happened on Raw? We had Jack Swagger versus, I believe it was Curtis Axel.
Yep.
And during this match, you had Bo Dallas come out, and he had 3 chairs set up, and he had people come out to the chairs, whatever. And what happened was, what the fuck? Whatever. So what happened was, during this match, you had Bo Dallas come out with 3 chairs. You had 3 guys sit. So at the end of the match, after Jack Swagger won via Patriot Lock, right?
Yep.
He pretty much said, he had Bo Dallas say, Jack, you won a match, but here are 3 guys who you let down. And he had each one talk, and apparently one guy, I think he bet his house, whatever it was, right?
Oh yeah, he gambled.
Another woman, I forgot whatever it was. I think she betted something or whatever it was. Her son. Her son was a huge fucking Jack Swagger fan. Hard to really believe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hard to really believe. And after what happened, her son is now a huge fan of Vladimir Putin. Yes, like a fucking 5-year-old little boy is gonna be insulting our intelligence again.
This was terrible. Why would?
And this was the cherry. My bad. I'll let you go on, but this was the cherry on the cake. They had a guy who failed his U.S. citizenship test because of Jack Swagger. What does a man failing a U.S. citizen test got to do with pro wrestling? What does a man losing a pro wrestling match affect the way you do a U.S. citizenship test?
This whole segment made no sense. Like, why would someone gamble on a fucking wrestling match, first of all? And what was the other one? The kid? Yeah, the kid. Why would he like Vladimir Putin? Just because of that? That makes no fucking sense. And this now citizenship, that's just stupid. I don't understand. I don't know what they
I want the belief thing. But hey, you have now Bo Dallas and Jack Swagger doing a program.
I mean, yeah.
Let's be honest. Nothing to be excited about. It's Jack Swagger we're talking about. It's fucking
I think the
Swagger.
program could work. Just hopefully we don't get segments like that. I mean, it could work because you know it's something for both of them to do. I mean, Swagger, they're not giving up on him yet. A little, I think, but
They are. They are.
well, that he's working with Bo Dallas, which
They
I don't
are.
think. I mean, if they're giving up on both of them, why would they have a program?
Cause it's gonna happen soon. That's why it's gonna happen soon. You're waiting to see what happens, but that's around the point. I still feel that Bo Dallas should have won the Intercontinental title at Battleground. I still feel he should have won.
Yeah, I also feel that he should have never lost to R-Truth.
You know, let him be that annoying heel that everyone gets fucking annoyed with, and you think he's about to lose, but he actually retains and retains and retains until, you know what? I'm not saying give him a long ass run, but give him until the Royal Rumble. Until, you know, you bring back with Bad News Barrett and have him, you know, the big blow off be him, you know, doing the, you know, the what's that movie does? I forgot his name. The name already.
What Bad News does?
Yeah, the
The Bullhammer.
yeah. Let him hit him. Let him hit him with the bullhammer right in the face. Do you remember, Bo? Do you remember Barrett never lost the title? He had to relinquish. Remember, he had to relinquish the
Never
title.
lost it.
He had to surrender the title, surrender it. So imagine that though. Him coming back and Bo Dallas, the Intercontinental Champ. He's this annoying heel that no one can stand, and people want to see him lose. And here comes Bad News Barrett. I'm afraid I've got some bad news, and he just lays him out with the bullhammer for win the title back. That's how they should have done it, in my opinion.
Yeah, but they have this crazy booking where Miz won and then he loses a month later to Ziggler. So
Which,
I don't know.
I mean, Ziggler, but you know, it's around the point. It's around the point. So then we get to this angle, which I thought was, God, you're killing us. So they bring out Stephanie McMahon, and they have her come out with Nikki Bella. Which, by the way, Nikki Bella is going to keep the theme song. You know, the you can look but you can't touch theme song, right?
Don't they both
And
have it?
she pretty much says that, you know what, Nikki, you've been through a lot, and to reward you for everything you've been doing, I'm going to give you a shot at the Divas title. Which now comes Brie Bella, and they're arguing back and forth. No one really gave a shit about this. Seriously, no one gave a shit about this. And out comes AJ Lee, skipping around and skipping around and skipping around and skipping around to a massive CM Punk chant, of course. Like, again, AJ Lee, you're gonna get that Punk chant, right?
Yeah, she already knows it, so she just ignores it.
Then out comes Paige, and they're arguing back and forth, and you know, I don't know what they're gonna do. I think a three-way. I don't know what happened, but they were arguing back and forth. Then Paige, oh fuck. And Nikki Bella's like, you know what, Brie? If you want me to forgive you, then do what's right. Quit. Be a quitter. Quit now. And what got to me was like, you know, she said, leave me alone. Stop. What the fuck was she doing?
Nothing really. I mean, this segment was just a mess, man.
Exactly. And to me, when this was happening, all I can think of was this.
They're gonna have a triple threat match now.
I know. And then Nikki's just screaming at Brie, then Brie turns around and then she pushes her. A push. A little shove where both Paige and Nikki fall. The crowd went berserk.
Yeah, you took me Brie.
Like, people are gonna get excited over a fucking shove.
Hey man, you know how the crowds are just different nowadays.
They got excited over this.
I'd get excited over that too, actually.
That's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up.
I mean, that segment was just terrible.
It's okay. That was our stunt double. Wait a minute. I got a PM here. He says that was the stunt double. Okay.
Yeah, right.
By the way, I took some money from the budget to make the stunt double. I knew y'all wouldn't mind.
Oh, so bad.
Don't you have the right document though? How much money we lost so far? How much money from the budget?
Probably like 60 million. No, that's too much. 60,000.
Damn. All invested in the treehouse, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Invested every
Oh, in that treehouse, the satellite. It got the satellite, the elevator. But so yeah, so then you get a face off with Paige and AJ Lee and Steph. That's stared at because AJ Lee had the belt.
Yeah.
Hints you a potential WrestleMania 31 main event, or not main
And,
event, a match.
definitely hints a match between the two, which I wouldn't mind actually. But right now, we all know it's not about that. It's about Brie, Nikki. Even though Nikki's going to be in a triple threat match,
I know.
Brie's just going to interfere and fucking cost Nikki the match, and I don't know. It's stupid because I thought like maybe AJ and Paige would have their own match, submission match at Night of Champions, but of course they have to add that stupid Bella feud into it. Gosh, WWE, you're fucking everything up right now,
Like, let's
man.
be honest. Does this really need the title though?
No, the Bella feud shouldn't even be happening, but since it's happened, why don't they just feud with each other? Why do they need to be involved into the Divas title?
You know why? Too at the same time because WWE realizes, hey, Nikki and Brie, this is the fans when they see this.
Bad for business. So you gotta add two divas who everyone likes.
Exactly. That's them right now. Reality is that's what they are right now. And the point is, you know, no one really wants to see that. And again, this is WWE shoving total divas down our throats.
Shoving that shit way down. Watch season 4. It's gonna just show this bullshit most of the time.
Exactly. Main event of Raw. I'm not gonna go into every detail of Raw. I don't feel like there's any. Oh yeah, you know, Rusev beat Zack Ryder. No one gave a shit.
And then Henry, did he come out?
Henry, he came out and he challenged him, whatever, the Hall of Pain, and you all know he's not gonna win.
I know, but I think he's a way better opponent than Swagger.
I guess. Who did the Usos? They faced the Road Brothers again, right? Did they?
No, it was I think one of the Health Uso versus Stardust.
Yeah, and they tried to apologize, but the Usos weren't hearing it, and ended up with a brawl. Now the
And,
champion, they're gonna go at it, and I do see the Usos retaining once again.
really? I thought
Yeah,
that was. I think one of the Usos are injured.
I know, but listen, as much as I'm talking about this Raw, the more bored I'm getting about this. So,
What about
main event, yes, the main
No,
event.
no, no. The what was it? Sheamus and Ziggler. And then no one cares about that, but two boring feuds, and it fucking sucks.
I know.
That 4 talented, well,
But
whoever
if you like it or not, I'm giving this week once again the edge to TNA.
by default, we gotta give it to TNA, even
that. I mean, I thought overall Impact was more entertaining than Raw this week.
Well, yeah, of course. But I'm just saying, Raw it was just hard to sit through in 3 hours.
And you know what's funny, yo? These WWE corporate chiefs will never admit that.
No, there's some people defending these segments. Like, it just.
Like, there's no way you can defend the Diva. There's no way you can defend
No, that they fucked that shit up, man. Tag team division's kind of stale too, so.
Which after, but you know, after the main event, the main event was Cena, Jericho, and Reigns in a 6-person tag against the Wyatt family, I believe, right?
Yeah.
No. Was it the Wyatt? No, it was Rollins, Kane.
Yeah, the Wyatt family faced Big Show and shit. Mark Henry.
Whatever. But the main event was Cena, Jericho, and Reigns versus Orton, Corporate Kane, and Rollins. Which this whole match, the whole thing was Cena getting tagged. Yeah, Stephanie and Triple H at ringside, pretty much. And here's what it gets to me about this, okay? You try to make us believe that Cena can't do it, right?
Yep.
And it's one of those things where I thought the match was there. I'm not saying it was the best match, but what's funny was that Cena was dying to get tagged in, but he doesn't do the pinfall.
He doesn't. He just cares about beating the fuck out of people and lets his protege
Roman Reigns
do all the work.
The future.
Exactly.
The future Superman of the WWE. You know what I mean? Then that was Raw. After that, you see Cena staring at Triple H, and out comes Rollins from trying to attack him, and he gets hit with the AA through the announce table, which by the way, the table doesn't break. But
Never breaks. I think
it
the
never
table's a lot
does.
stronger now.
Yep, so that's around the point.
Uh,
Big news this week happened also on the WWE Network. Nitro is
Nitro's
now on the
back.
WWE Network. Nitro is finally on the WWE Network full episodes, like the first 200, I believe. I saw like part of it this whole week. I was watching it, and I'm happy. I'll be honest with you. Watching Nitro is one of the main reasons why I sub to the WWE Network for $9.99.
Yeah, some people are WCW fans and one
And I
WWE fan.
watched and I watched episode number 1, right? And I reviewed it on my YouTube channel.
Yeah,
And it's funny to think that they did their first show in a Mall of America in Minnesota in 1995, right? And it just felt so crazy, You had Eric Bischoff, Bobby Heenan, and Steven Mongo McMichael as the ring announcers, or the color commentators, if you will. The first match was Brian Pillman versus Jushin Thunder Liger. To think that, up until that time period, Liger's been in the game for a while. He debuted, I believe, in the 80s in Japan. And it was 1995, and he was still going at it. And to think that he's still wrestling today in New Japan against Brian Pillman at that. They had an exciting match where Pillman won. After this, you had a interview between Hogan and Bischoff and Jimmy Hart. They're somewhere at the food court, and it's funny because they were saying that Hogan now owns a restaurant, right? And
right.
Bischoff was all the big names have restaurants. Such and such has a restaurant somewhere. The other guy has a steakhouse. And you think about it, all right, Hulk Hogan being the biggest star in wrestling at that time period, him owning a restaurant, not being at a food court at a mall, though. You know what I mean? And the main event of Nitro was obviously Hulk Hogan versus Big Bubba Rogers, which we all know is the Big Boss Man. And he was talking about that. And at the time, also, Hogan was being sponsored by Chef Boyardee, and they had this whole Pasta Mania campaign. Right? Pasta Mania, running wild,
Yeah.
brother. And the whole thing was that. And what happened here was, there was all that. And then we had the next match. You had Ric Flair versus Sting with, throughout for the U.S. title. And during this match, you had Lex Luger come out through the crowd. Remember, that was when he made his return to WCW the day before he was on a WWE show. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
I always remember McMichael's commentary saying, "What the hell is he doing here? Get him out of here!" I always remember that, and I
Yeah.
felt that took away from the match. At that time period, I'm sure Sting and Flair had numerous matches, so it was like any ordinary match. It ended in a DQ after Flair locked in the figure four, and he wouldn't let go of the ropes. At the time, he was feuding with Arn Anderson, who was at ringside, and they brawled. And that was the end of that. And the main event was Hulk Hogan versus Big Bubba Rogers. Typical Hogan match. He had his moves of doom. He took his bumps, then he hulked up, pointed the finger at you, did this, punch you 3 times, 3 into the ropes, the leg drop for the 1, 2, 3. The Dungeon of Doom comes out and attacks Hogan, which out comes Luger Dave. You had that face off between Luger and Hogan, and they made a deal to meet the week after for the title. So there you go. I'm happy that Metro's back. I'm happy, It's crazy because you think about it too. WWE always tries to educate the audience about WCW based off the negativity, the final years of WCW, right? Vince Russo, Viagra on a pole, him win the title, David Arquette win the title. Hey, bro, listen, I'll call you back in 2 minutes. Listen, bro, just take over for a bit, all right, bro? Take over
All
for a
right.
bit, all right?
All right. Um, but WCW for the most part, yeah. He was about to say, I believe, they talk about all the bad things that happened, them going out of business and stuff like that. They never talk about the good years of WCW. And it's true, WWE never wants to talk about the good WCW because they were whooping their ass back then for like 2 straight years almost. And there was some good years in WCW, especially in the mid '90s, the mid '90s and early '90s. Uh, Probably yeah, around what the late 1999, 2000, 2001, it was pretty bad, but there was some good years in WCW, and they just now we could finally live it on WWE Network, 9.99.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's some beauty too. But, it's funny because a fan actually had his sign taken away on Raw.
Oh
Instead,
yeah,
I could be at home watching Nitro for the 99 during the Raw segment, during the Divas. Now, I don't think he really got kicked out like that. From my understanding, he was drunk. But then again, who do we know, right?
Right.
Ooh, it's hot in here. That's around the point. That's around the point. NXT, I got to see. The main event was, the Vaudevillains. Nah, it was the Vaudevillains
Oh,
versus
that was versus.
Kalisto and
Yeah.
Sin Cara. Fun little match where Kalisto and Sin Cara won, and there they'll meet the Ascension in the title match, the tag title match at over 2. They'll be next week on the WWE Network. Also, you'll have the debut of Kenta, which I'm happy for. I'm happy for that. I really am.
Yeah. I think Sin Cara and Kalisto are gonna win the tag titles next week.
I think so, because I think the move would be for them to finally move to the roster, the Ascension.
Yeah.
And start that feud with the Usos. Also, Bayley versus Charlotte for the Divas title, for the women's title. I see Bayley winning. I see her actually
Yep.
making it happen, and finally, and I think also Charlotte going to the main roster as well.
Charlotte. Yeah. She'll go to the main roster, and Bayley finally will be champ. So.
I mean, you also had, Tyler Breeze, Tyson Kidd, Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville each have individual matches throughout the show, and they all won, by the way.
They all won. Of course.
They all won. And, I think going into that match, I got to give the edge. I do see Sami Zayn winning. I want to say him, but then again.
No, I see Sami Zayn winning, man. I don't see how anyone else wins this. Maybe Tyson Kidd. He's the second.
If anything, I'd say Tyler Breeze.
I don't see Adrian Neville winning this at all. It will shock me if I see him retain.
Or Tyler Breeze.
Because no, Tyler Breeze, if he wins, I won't be shocked because he won the number 1 contenders match with Sami Zayn earlier on. And maybe, he was supposed to win it originally, but things changed. But I won't be mad. I mean, I hope we see a new champion, though. Neville's cool and all, but I think Tyson Kidd, I mean, he's still going to be stuck on NXT. I don't see him going to the main roster, so I don't mind him being champ, or Tyler Breeze, or even Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's like the most over guy in NXT, so you might as well give it him.
We had a bigger package of, I think it was Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy going to some beauty shop, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
My hair removal for the match against, Sylvester LaForte.
Oh, tough. Yeah, hair versus hair.
I thought it was an okay show. I'm not saying it was the best show in the world, but I thought it was a decent show.
Yeah, it was a decent show. I mean, it was only an hour, so
Exactly.
It's not like I'm sitting through 3 hours of
Raw.
Yes, shit.
TNA this past Thursday. I thought it was a good show. Better than Raw, obviously. It's 2 weeks in a row giving the edge to TNA. All right, and I missed part of it. I really did. It sucks. Did I really? No, I didn't miss anything, did I? I don't remember, but I thought it was a good show overall. Gail Kim versus Terrence Terrell. I thought they tore the house down. What gets me though is the chant though better than Divas. Let's be honest, they had that one spot where I think Gail Kim did like a neck breaker. It was Terrence Terrell on the steel steps.
Yeah.
And people just went, better than Divas. Like, come on.
I mean, that's not even saying much. The Divas, we all know they suck. I mean, I guess TNA fans want to try to please themselves, which is fine, but
yeah,
not saying much.
We also had a six-person Exhibition number 1 contenders match. You had Tigre Uno. You had Tigre Uno. You had Manic. You had Homicide. You had Low Key, Crazy Steve, who was over as fuck, by the way.
Yeah.
And we'll get to him in a little bit. And I think it was DJZ, right? Was it DJZ?
Yeah, DJZ was in it. Low Key.
Low Key, yeah. I thought it was an okay match. Homicide got the win. No surprise. But after the knockout match ended, we had Terrence Terrell and Gail Kim, hug and shake hands, and out comes Havoc. And she took out both Terrence Terrell and Gail Kim. That was bound to happen.
Yeah,
It
was a good
debut. Thoughts on Havoc debut, and what's your thoughts about that, bro?
I thought it was pretty good. They need more knockouts, and this one is definitely a dominant one, and I think she's pretty legit, more legit than Lady Tapa. So this one was I think it was a success, and now probably she'll win the Knockouts title sooner than later because there's no one else I think Gail Kim can contend with.
I agree 100% with that. After this, we had, which I thought was really where they dropped the ball, you had Eric Young and Bobby Roode going at it. And I felt like this should have main evented the show. Because last week you had them going in the ring, doing a promo, talking about how big this match was going to be. And let's be honest, the last time in pro wrestling where you saw a promotion behind contenders match. You rarely see it. And you
Really.
put them in the middle of the card, which was okay. It was a good match, don't get me wrong. But it should have main evented, in my opinion, not Samoa Joe and Bobby Lashley. That's where I'm
Um,
the point.
yeah, probably should have, but it was a good match, and Bobby Roode, the right guy, won. So
I agree. I feel like the right guy did win, too. I do agree with that. The right guy did win here. And then you had, I believe, you had James Storm coming out. We talked about the Great Sonata. Oh yeah, because apparently, yeah, Manic got his ass. Manic got his ass beat, right?
yeah,
Manic got his ass beat in this match. Out comes James Storm and that they drag Manic, right? They drag him, whatever. Then you had Austin Aries come out, calling out James Storm and Sonata, the Great Sonata. I'm sorry. And out comes James Storm and Sonata, the Great Sonata, and they're about to go at it. And out comes Tajiri to even things out. So next week we'll see Tajiri returning, by the way, to the U.S. and all that, to team up with Austin Aries to face James Storm and the Great Sonata.
that should be
Main
some.
event, yes, it should be. Main event was Lashley versus Samoa Joe, which was a fun match. Okay, but again, Samoa Joe lost. He got speared by Lashley. People say, "Oh, the chicken shit heel," but it was bound to happen. I mean, it was only the first time that it happened, so I have no problem with it. Oh yeah, you also had in the show, you had Gunner and Gunner and fucking Samuel Shaw versus Brandon Magnus. And before this match even happened, you had Gunner and Samuel Shaw talking backstage. Samuel Shaw apologizing for trying on the army gear. So I just wanted to know how it felt to be a hero. And in the scenario, you had I think it was Brittany flirting with Samuel Shaw, just staring at him. Maybe somewhere down the line where Samuel Shaw gets powered by Brittany, a love angle like there. Two crazy people going at it. But who knows really, right? It was announced also that Chris Melendez will be debuting on Impact next week. Interesting to see what happens with that,
Yep.
I'm interested to see what happens with that. What do you think, bro, overall?
I think, yeah, I'm interested too. Like, to guy from the army, one leg guy. Not the first one, but still, the way they're hyping it up, it's really something that I think everyone should look forward to see if he could really step in the ring,
I can't wait.
wrestle while in the ring. Yeah.
I'm just hoping they're able to make it good, though, because it's like a two-case scenario where one, if you give him a push, because he's a handicap, or if he doesn't, or they just job him out. Oh, they do because he's a handicap, So
Just
they're taking a
yeah,
risk with it.
just start. They should just start slow with him. Don't rush him to no main event. I mean, start slow.
I agree with that. I do. Jeff Hardy has been announced to appear at Bound for Glory, which I think is a good move. Also, one of the big concerns also is whether or not, to my understanding, it's not going to be live, which
What?
sucks. Bound for Glory,
Yeah, I heard about that.
it totally
Yeah,
sucks. It totally does.
shit's gonna get spoiled easily.
I know, but then again, it's Japan. How spoiled can you get though?
Yeah, I mean, will someone really go to Japan and spoil it? Probably, actually. Don't be surprised.
Again, we've seen some crazy stuff in wrestling in the past, so who would really know, right? You never know.
Some dirt sheet, some guy working for the dirt sheet's probably gonna go all the way to Japan just so they
Indeed,
can spoil it.
indeed. Vince Russo wrote a letter. We talked about his frustration with Raw. He wrote out to Triple H, Stephanie, and Vince, and I agree with what he said. I agree. He pretty much said what he felt, and we all feel as well.
Yeah,
And the
it's
problem is that
fun.
there's no competition, right? There is no competition. So when there's no competition, you can do what the fuck you want to do. And this
Exactly.
case in the WWE, I find funny too how a lot of people always give this guy shit. Some of it can be deserving, fine, but this is the guy that gave you the attitude, or the era that everyone loves, the attitude era. Wouldn't be surprised if the Zamboni with Stone Cold was his idea, or the beer truck incident back in the day was his idea. Wouldn't be surprised. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, I mean, Vince Russo does get a lot of shit from the internet, and well, some of it he does deserve, but for the most part, he's not bad. He's had experience, and he knows how to book shows mostly better than more than more than half of the YWC probably. I could say.
I agree. You know, but again, a lot of you say, "Oh, fuck Vince Russo, screw him," but y'all won't say it was face though. You know what I'm saying?
And it's
Keyboard
pretty
warrior.
hard to book a show.
Exactly. Bottom line, it's hard to book a show. Well, this pretty much wraps up episode 57. Nothing else to talk about, really, to be honest. Thank you all for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We go live every Friday at 11 p.m. As always, I'm Heel Steven. You can follow me on Twitter at Heel Steven. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Heel Steven.
I'm Knowledge of Wrestling. Follow me on Twitter at HeyWalter, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Knowledge of Wrestling. I found out one more thing that SmackDown is apparently staying on Friday nights.
Not gonna happen.
So
Yeah.
no, they're not competing with football. They already know.
Exactly.
That's
Real
not
soon will
good.
be on the network. The real soon will be on the network.
No
On the network.
Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, who knows? That's all we gotta say, guys, and we're out. Peace.
Peace.